Hey guys, this is Kahi,
And I'm
and
Messina.
yeah, that's Messinek. It's kind of late here. It's just this midnight, so it's not too late. But it's midnight on September 23rd. It is, well, I guess it's 22nd, depending on how you look at it. It's 12:01 now. Basically, we're here to talk about the forums because the forums have been going under downtime, and have you been noticed there's quite a bit of this recently? There was the Destiny Day update last week, which took the forums down for an entire day, and now we have a new problem. And basically, I mean, we talked about doing this behind the scenes, but we kind of wanted to be upfront about what's going on for the forums because we know a lot of you are on the channel and you use them and you want to know what's going on. So basically, we had a DDoS attack launched from our server. Someone a malicious individual, kind of I guess like a hacker, basically was able to put a program in our droplet that would DDoS another site, either another site or a service provider. Whatever it was, our service provider shut us down, and they're wanting us to go through and find what this thing is so we can get it out. Now, because of the way our thing is set up, and because honestly of our me and Var's limited knowledge, like we know a bit about computers, but we're not Linux admins. We don't know how to work everything that goes on. So we've kind of tracked down the problem a bit, and we're looking at getting the big thing that we're going through now is making sure we can get the backups. We know how to get those backups. It's just a matter of convincing the service provider to let us, you know, execute a command so that we'll get the backups because they'll have to turn it on and all that stuff. And worst case scenario, we will have everything up to September. Like the absolute worst case scenario is that the form goes back online and we only have stuff up to September 9th. I really don't want that to happen. I'm wanting to make sure we have all the users and the posts that were made at that time. Best case scenario is that we are up by tomorrow, but the service provider is it's in a different country than we are. So that means a lot of times while we are working, they are asleep. And if we have any problems or we need to tell them to turn stuff on, we have to file a ticket and we have to wait like 6 hours for them to reply, which is why the forum turned up today. We were working on them and there's some stuff that we needed to get done on their end and they just weren't, I think everybody there was asleep. They weren't able to get back to us. So that's basically what's happening on the forums. If you wanted to, kind of get a grasp of what's going on, again, I sincerely apologize for all the stuff. I've been working. I mean, with the Destiny Day update and this, we know that there's been a lot of downtimes recently, and we're working to get all this stuff settled out and done. I wish
Yeah.
I could kind of say something better than we're working on it, because I've been a part of other forums before and I know how it's like. It's kind of frustrating to have forums go down like every other day. But
Yes.
there's a lot of stuff
And
that goes.
trust me, we know, or at least me personally, downtimes are very frustrating. Data losses are more frustrating.
Oh,
So
data losses are
we
terrible.
understand. That's why we're working hard to prevent it
Right.
from happening.
I'm really hoping we'll be able to get everything. I know you guys do like RP topics up there. You have all this stuff. There's a lot of bionicle discussion that went on in the past 2 weeks basically. And I don't want to lose any of that. And we're working hard to prevent that. And like we understand how hard it is to be on this side of the forum, but at the same time, now that we've started running hours, we realize all the added problems come with it that we didn't realize before. So the best we can do is kind of keep you guys informed and let you guys know what's going on, so you kind of have an idea of what we have to do to get this done. And I'd like to put a time frame on it. I know what needs to be done. It's just a matter of getting like I guess talking through it with our service provider. So I wish I could give you a better estimate than that. But tomorrow or the next day, I'm thinking maybe by one Tuesday, I'm hoping it's going to be up. Wednesday is going to be, if everything doesn't clear up by Tuesday and then Thursday and beyond that, it should be up by at the latest at the end of this week. If nothing else is done, if we're not able to get anything done this week, we'll just wipe everything clean and we'll move to a different service provider, we'll do something, but the forums will be back at some capacity at the end of this week.
Quite right. So it's just a matter of patience until then. Hopefully they're back by like
Right.
tomorrow.
I want it to be back tomorrow. If everything goes right, if everything that we've emailed and everything goes right, it will be back up tomorrow. But I don't want to make promises that we can't keep, so, keep that in mind going forward. And thanks for your patience, and thanks for wanting to be a part of our community and wanting to do all this stuff. And again, I'm really, really sorry that all this stuff had to unfortunately happen around the same time. We're still very, very new to working this kind of thing. This kind of like I don't even know how to Linux kind of server.
Yep.
Except like we legitimately had to learn it as we went along. Like we didn't take classes in it or anything, or we looked up tutorials online and we looked up stuff you're supposed to type, and through a lot of trial and error, that's how we've gotten here. And we still have a lot of trial and error to go through. So we understand your frustration. We appreciate your patience.
Yep.
That's mostly it. Everything else to add, Meso?
Not really. Other than we are working, etc., etc.
Oh,
Generic stuff.
right. I mentioned this in another episode beforehand, but on the forums, we did also have a thing where our email quota was reached due to a glitch. So we're manually approving users. If you register for the site, or you have registered and you do not receive an email to activate your account, that's because our email box has been filled. And we would extend that. We would extend the amount of emails we can send, but we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline that we're saving up for. We don't have the funds to do that right now. So you'll find out very soon what's going on. Hopefully you'll all be very excited. If not, we'll go in and we'll manually activate each account. So you can still register, and within the hour or so, I hope we'll be able to get to you and activate your account manually. So if you register in the morning, check back in the evening, you should be good to go. But it's just one of those things that it's a very unfortunate time this has caught us in. Had it been any other time, we would have easily solved it. But we have a lot of stuff that we're saving up for, and we're working towards that we can't spend any more money than we already have.
Exactly. But either way, the cake is cut. We will have updates soon.
We have a lot of stuff to go through, but honesty is the best policy. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on in terms of behind the scenes stuff.
Yep. So we will talk to you all very soon with updates one way or another.
Right. Our main website, tvpodcast.com, is still open. You can still go read news there, and we're constantly updating with the latest Bionicle stuff. Stuff from Greg. There's an article from Christian Faber that came up today. I do think we have another thing from Greg in the pipeline that I want to release by tonight or tomorrow. So you can keep up with that, and as always, the website will let you know when the forums are back online. And we'll also send a tweet. You can follow us on Twitter at the 3 Virtues. It's THE 3 Virtues.
Exactly.
And that's mostly where you'll find it. We'll also put it up on the Facebook page if you follow that. So those are where you can catch us when the website or the forums are down. That's the best place to keep up.
So thank you all for watching.
We'll see
you all next time on the next video update that we will have.
It will be the forums are back up.
See y'all next
really
time.
hope that's what it's going to be. I'm so tired. Goodbye.
Goodbye.